Okay, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Cue the show.
Anybody hear this music? You
Yeah.
can hear it.
We can hear it. I am, yeah.
Please give me the camera vision for the reason. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for congrats on your success. Please get ready to begin the show. Get excited with your drink of choice or your illegal substance or legal substance of choice. And welcome your host for the evening, Charlie Roar.
Hey, how are we doing?
Roar!
What up? What up? What up? I am
Wow.
sweaty.
Charlie!
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Congrats on Online on your success. I guess that's how I'm going to say it this month. I'm very sweaty because I wanted some nice sound quality because I put a lot of work into my setup today and I turned all the fans and air conditioning off in my room way too early. Why did I need to have it off for the whole hour before the show? I don't know. But I did. So I'm suffering for it now, and maybe by the end of this, you'll really get to catch me glistening. Geez, what if I... Thank you. Oh, yeah. If you want to laugh, feel free to unmute yourselves if you have a quiet background. We don't mind laughers. Just please no obscenities or interrupting our comedians and whatnot. We've got a great show for you tonight. A handful of congrats on your success producers, new and old. But then we also have we have a couple booked guests for the first time on Congrats Online. So that's exciting. We're very thrilled to have them. We'll get to them soon. Let's see. I need to check the lineup. Is this most recent lineup? Okay, cool. Tight.
Are you going to
okay.
sing Christmas carols between comedians like we talked about, Charlie? Because...
Am I going to sing Christmas carols? I could.
Yeah.
I could.
Great.
It's an option. We
Great.
can do that. You and I together?
Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
little drummer boy, parum pum pum pum. Where
Do
were
I-
you,
is
Charlie?
this-
You're supposed to hit me with the harmony. Anyway.
Oh, I forgot about the Parumpa Pum Pums. And you know what? Which is a shame because I used to be a percussionist. I was a percussionist in band. I told my parents that I wanted to be a drummer. And by that, I meant, like cool, like with a drum kit and stuff. But instead they were like, okay, cool. So we'll sign them up for school band. And then I had to take 2 years of piano, of course, before I was allowed to sign up for school band. I faked my way through piano lessons, which I really regret now. I faked my way through piano lessons. So then by the time I made it into school band, I had to figure out a way to avoid playing the xylophone or marimba or any of the other noted instruments without getting failed in that class. So I don't know. Maybe I don't need to have an existential meltdown about junior high right now. Let's see, where am I? Boy, these lights really make me look thinning. It's also a product of the long hair and pulling it back like this. Believe it or not, I've always had this forehead. My hairline came out, receded, and then it just stayed there. So, I mean, I'm fine. Like, it's not going anywhere. It's been the same since I was, since I hit puberty, I think. But boy, is this an unflattering view. I need to stop. Here, let me pick up my computer so I can stop looking down. Look how glorious my hair can look at the right angle. Let's see. Did I plan anything today? Not really, but we'll figure some stuff out throughout the show. What were we talking about before Parumpa Pum Pum, before Christmas carols? We're just talking about the quality of the show. Is it apparent what the quality of the show? It's already just out of the park, right? Yeah, I can tenthralled by that enthralled look on your face, Sonal.
Very high quality.
Oh man, today's been a week.
I'm just amazed that y'all are here. Really, we are every month. We're like, oh my god.
How many people do we have in the room right now?
Like so many fucking people.
I'm trying to get to gallery view.
You guys are amazing.
Oh shit, we got 2 pages of people. I love it. Cute.
Love count your
Yeah,
audience
Nick
in
and
pages.
Marge. All right. Got a few people with their cameras on. Trust us enough to see their faces. We won't dox you, don't worry. Just don't I don't know, as long as you respect us, this is a terrible setup. I have to look. I'll figure it out. And maybe I could do something other than talk about the setup. So today I spent the entire day trying to learn a software called OBS Studio. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to fuck around with it for our show tonight. And then I didn't think of doing anything funny. But I guess I will explain the shameful backstory behind OBS Studio is that I am 33. I am old enough to forget how old I am and need my best friend to confirm my age for me. I did that just 2 days ago. I am 33 and I'm gonna get into video game streaming. That's where I'm taking my life, is I'm gonna stream video games. But I think what I'm gonna do, because I saw a guy that was like, you don't have to necessarily be good at video games to be a streamer. You could just be entertaining or just talk about interesting stuff. And I think what I want to do is I want to just play video games that I can space out to, like Rocket League, and just answer teens advice questions, like just Charlie's advice for angry young people. I feel like that would be a pretty good show. As a former angry young person myself, now I'm an angry middle-aged person.
I love that.
Let's see. Congrats. I love this show. Last month was our 8-year anniversary. Here's the original cast members of our show, all gathered for the last time before I died. Billy, are you trying to get my attention?
No.
Oh, my. Okay.
I'm just waving.
Well, I was really hoping for a life preserver, but I guess I'm still.
We have a website with a lot of stuff on it. One of the things that's on it is our mailing list. You can sign up for our mailing list if you're on the show, so you may already be on the mailing list. But if you want to sign up for our mailing list and be the first to know about what we're doing next, you can do that on our website, which is right there in the chat. Are you not in the chat? It's probably I don't know what he was somewhere. Are you on YouTube? Probably.
Okay, yeah. So we do have that chat. We've got the link tree. It's actually very convenient. Billy put it all together. Thank you, Billy. We've got our, I think it's our link to our Instagram, our link to where you can donate, a link to previous recordings of our show, and always links to future shows there as well. You can find that in pretty much any of our bios, but especially the one on Congrats, whatever. The show is, it's always free. You don't have to pay for anything, but we're all working comedians in a particularly tough environment right now. So we will be accepting tips throughout the show. We have the links to that probably up in the chat, or we will soon. I don't know it off the top of my head because, I'm just not that good of a producer, and I'm comfortable with that. So I don't know. I think we're going to get the show kicked off with our first comedian. Are you good to go?
Looks like this is how we're watching it.
All right. So this first comedian, one of the OG producers of the show, I think last month we decided that they were represented pretty well by Alan Brain over here, or Brian. It's Alan, right? I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'll look it up on elwoodpedia.com later. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get things rolling with your first comedian of the evening. Get excited. Your friend and mine, Billy Bullock.
Oh, hi. It's me. Hi. Hello. I was already talking. You bet me. Hello. Thank you for clapping. Whoever that was who clapped. Hi. Hello. It's nice to see you. I'm drinking and I'm also smoking weed. It's over there. I'll get it in a second. You'll see it. My mental health is falling apart. How about you guys?
Yeah.
I did the fucking Thanksgiving thing. And by that, what I mean is I was at home and my mom called me to ask me if I was going to my sister's house. And I said no. And then my sister called me to ask if I was coming to her house. And I said no. And then my brother asked me if I was coming to my sister's house. And I said, why are you all calling me individually? Why? You're already there. Like, why? You're already there. You know I'm not coming. I already told you I'm not coming, and you know why. And my brother said, come on, why don't you just come and smoke a doobie with your brother? Yes, he says doobie. So do I. It's a thing. Come smoke a doobie with your brother. It won't kill you. And I said, you don't know that. You don't know that. You have no idea. It's 2020.
They all from
Die.
okay.
But yeah, so my mental health is going great. I started playing this. This is how I know my mental health is going great. I started playing a new video game. Shout out Charlie. Video games are fun. Ooh. I started playing a video game called Fuser. And if you haven't heard of this game called Fuser, here is the description of this game. You play as a DJ at a music festival. That's it. That's the game. That's the whole that I was gonna love playing music at a music festival so goddamn much as a DJ until 2020 happened, and then I couldn't hang out with any humans. So just seeing a bunch of virtual humans at a virtual music festival that's virtually happening on my TV screen is making me so happy. I can't. It's making me too happy. Like I'm too.
Ooh, so excited he froze. Unfrozen.
Another thing that happened that tells me that my mental health is going badly is that I joined Tinder. I joined Tinder. Hi, I'm a comedian talking about Tinder. Is that not hack? Is that new? I joined Tinder. I don't want to become one of those comedians who just talks about their exploits on Tinder. Because that's, pretty lame. And I don't have to because I've met the love of my life, you guys. In fact, she's right here. Come on up. No, I'm just kidding. There is no one. There will be no one. I could point my camera. There's no one. There's literally no one, and there never will be. And I don't need there to, be anybody, because here's the thing: you have to catch the virus from somebody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're alone, you can never get anything because you're alone. You have to catch it from people. Okay. It's funny to think about meeting the love of my life on Tinder in 2020 because, like, I'm pretty certain that it's going to be very difficult for me to meet the love of my life, even if the pandemic is over, because I'm like 99% sure that if you want to be the love of my life, you kind of have to not want to be. You know what I mean? You have to, like, if you want to, like, be the person who I love the most, you have to, like, not really want to hang out with me that much, because I don't want to be with anybody. Like, I don't want to be with a person. I don't want to be with people. I don't want to be with anybody. I'd rather be, like, alone, except for when you and I both agree that we shouldn't be. You know what I mean? But otherwise, like, you can be a completely separate human being from me. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Have you ever thought about, like, marrying someone and then buying them a house? You know what I'm saying? Like, just buying them a house separate from your house. That's what I want. Because is anybody interested in that life where we have sex and then we don't talk to each other most?
I think Oprah.
I don't know. I mean, I need to spend a lot of time in my relationship in other relationships. That's what I'm trying to say. I want to be, like, with other people, and then when I'm not with them, I'm not with them either. You know what does that make? Okay, cool. Okay. Everybody feels good about that. Okay. This is not to say that I'm, like, great at sex or anything. Like, I'm not. Like, I don't know that I am. I'm not, like, here's the thing. I wrote this joke where I'm like, I talk about how bad I am at sex, but I can't really, like, finish that joke anymore. Can't finish. Okay, that's not where that was. I can't really finish that joke anymore because it's, like, not true. Like, it was true at the time, but, like, I had a lot of therapy and realized that all the things that I thought were me being bad at sex were just anxiety. Okay, yeah, you guessed it. You were all right. I and then I discovered smoking lots and lots and lots of marijuana before you fuck somebody, and then I last forever. Okay, great. You all needed to know how long I last. My sisters are probably here. Okay, all right, okay. Oh, here's something that happened in my 30s. I've also gotten better at sex because I'm in my 30s now, and I don't care about anybody's opinion about anything. And the great thing about that is when you get to the point where I don't care if you think I look great, you're already fucking me. What do I care? Like, we already you decided. So if I'm worried about that, it's only me doing that by myself. I have literally in my 30s, I've decided that I don't care if somebody is worried about me so much that if I have too much anxiety, I will literally send someone home. I've done that before. In the middle of a romantic rendezvous, drinking a full bottle of wine. We're in my bedroom, sitting on the edge of the bed. This person's like, all right, so would you like to have sex? And I was like, I did. But then we got in here and we had a conversation, and now I feel too anxious. I feel too anxious, and I don't think you're going to have fun if I'm anxious, because I'm just going to be thinking about how anxious I am and whether or not I'm doing things well for you. And so then I'm going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might as well just leave. Could you leave, actually? Actually, just leave. And she did. Barack Obama is in the news because he said on television in the year of our Lord 2019 COVID-19 2020, he said people should stop using snappy slogans like defund the police because it muddles their message. Mr. Yes We Can Hope on the fucking Shepard Fairey poster said, please stop using snappy slogans, my niggas. That's what he said. That's what he said. Defund the police is too snappy.
Snappy.
Too snappy.
Don't muddle the message.
The message is very clear.
We can discuss the message while Bill is frozen.
So
A good looking
Yeah.
post. Like Bill's.
Joke, right? Jokes are jokes and all, but let's go deep.
We're here to scissor the ballot.
we're scissor in the ballot.
Apparently on that side.
So
Oh.
should we? What should we do? Should we?
All right, let's give it up for Bill.
Hey, Billy. Oh,
Down,
my
Bar-
camera's off. Hold on. Is Billy back? No.
Nope.
Okay, we're back. I got a cool new background. Woo!
Woo!
Wow.
For Billy, I guess. They'll pop back in. Then I'll whatever we're doing, whoever's talking, we'll drop what we're doing. We'll give Billy a round of applause. No, that'll be terrible. Let's see. So I've put up my new little background here. I don't know. I'm just trying to. These shows are so strange. It's hard to just do your material. So it's like I'm trying to think of fun, exciting things to talk about. And this, I was looking at my pictures, and this background's made by my very best friend. I kind of talked about him last month. Him and his wife are currently with child. As you all, as fans of the show, will know, it's the only thing keeping me alive right now. I'm very excited for this kid to come into this world. And just tell him all the weird, horrible stories that him and his father me and his father got into. Okay, this isn't horrible. We're kind of wholesome little dorks. One time we went to a music festival, and there was, we had gotten separated, and I saw like this big number 76, like it was in a ball, and I was like, okay, so that I'm gonna go stand under that. So I walk towards it, and I tell him like it's under this big 76. And on my way, there's the Monster energy drink tent, and I stopped because I wanted to sample a Monster, but they were giving out condoms, and I was like, oh, cool, I have sex, or at least I want to, most of the time. And I went to get a condom, and they only had Magnum-sized condoms. So I was like, well, do you have any it's like beautiful girls paid to be behind the booth and like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, do you have any normal condoms? And they just looked at me. So they were like, I think they were angry at me with like, how dare you? Don't speak to us. And so I felt like a fool. And then I go and stand over by the 76, and I'm waiting. And then I look up and I see John, and he's just finishing up at the Monster energy drink table, and he's walking towards me. And the first thing he says is, can you believe they don't have any regular size condoms? I'm gonna marry this man. I'm gonna do it. And I did. I married him to his wife, and so they're my husband and wife, and I love them forever. Let's see. Oh gosh, the chat's popping off.
Billy's back. Yay, good job,
Okay.
Billy. Yay.
Billy's back. Let's all give Billy a wave, a round of applause. Billy, did you have any final words that you wanted to wrap up with?
Everything is shit, including my internet, and thank you guys for continuing to be here. Please give us money because we're all broke.
Woo, Billy Bullock. And is our next comedian? I'm not seeing them.
Yeah, they're there.
They're ready. Okay.
They're ready. Showing the ding, the dang, ding.
All right. So this next comedian, I haven't seen them perform in quite some time. I met them forever ago back in Chicago, and they are always an absolute treat. I don't want to hype them up too much. This is one of our first outsider. As far as Congrats Online goes, this is one of our first outsider booked guests. So that's also very exciting. So let's get excited. You can, if you got your camera unmuted, hoot and holler, applaud, maybe just wave your hands around. I think that kind of helps with the mental state in the Zoom. What was that, Billy?
Just move your fingers like this if that's all you want.
Yeah, give us jazz hands. Go crazy. Get creative with it. Make a little green and red sign for jokes that you like and don't like.
I love that.
Don't do that. All right, so we're gonna keep things going with your next performer. So excited to have them on. Let's get excited for Jake Knoll.
Jake, no.
Hey, what's up?
Woo!
Oh, if my computer's breaking up, just chat me. And yeah, I'm in my bedroom. This is the most professional set I've ever done. My bed is right there. I'm getting ready to move to LA, so all my stuff is still not packed. That is because of me, and I'll do it at last minute, and it'll just all go in the alley. So if you all want to find a bunch of good alley from the alley about 5 years ago, come by my house. I feel like I'm like the problem. I've been traveling so much. I'm like, like don't tell anybody. Don't tell this. I'm fully ground zero here. I went to see my grandma for no reason. Besides to try to kill her. I went to see my grandma. 93 years old, and she lives in like an apartment, but it's like attached to assisted living. So there's people there if she needs help. But every time I've called her, she's just been like, "Hello, I'm bored." And I'm like, "All right, grandma." And so finally she was just like, "I'm 93 years old. Something's going to kill me. Just come see me." And I was like, "All right." At the beginning of the pandemic, I thought that like my grandfather died a few years ago and he was super atheist. And I thought that maybe my grandma would go back to being Catholic after he died. Like, I don't think she ever liked my grandpa. She told me that, or my mom said that when she goes to the doctor when he was still alive and the doctor would ask like, "What's your secret to a long marriage?" She would say, lack of education and stupidity. After she died, she'd go back to being Catholic. She did not, though. She's actually completely godless. I was visiting her, and she goes, she shows me a picture of her great grandchild, and she goes, "Isn't he sweet?" She's like, "Isn't he sweet? You know what he said to me the other day?" He turned to me and he goes, "Great grandma, Jesus loves me." Could you believe that? She's like, "Could you believe he said that? That's the funniest thing I ever heard." Goes straight to hell when COVID gets her. But I love seeing her. I've been traveling too much though. I went to see my friend in Michigan because she has she's like, "Come up here for the summer. I have a farm. You could help me out on the farm. And like, you know, I'll put you up in a nice tent so that you have a place to stay." And I was like, "Cool, that sounds like a nice vacation." I got up there and I didn't even think about what it would be like to stay in a tent. That's not a nice vacation. And also I was just helping her on her farm. So basically I just went up and did labor for free. And when I showed up, like I'm an idiot from the city. So I like looked around and it was like all woods. And I was like, "Are there bears here?" And she's like, "No." "Well, it lives on the back of the property." I was like, "Excuse me?" So I stayed with a bear. up in Michigan. I'm just like relating my travels right now because I'm sure you all have been safe and I've not. But most of all, so like this is all leading up to recently I went home to see my parents to try to kill them as well. And I went there and like right before I left, my uncle passed away, not of COVID because he like smoked and ate only hamburgers. But he passed away and my uncle like apparently my dad's family is Catholic, which doesn't, I feel like being Catholic doesn't make you more religious. It doesn't make you more godlike. Like it doesn't make you a better person. Because when he like collapsed on the floor, his wife came to try to pick him up and he was like unmovable, you know, so she called the ambulance and the ambulance came and the paramedics were like, sir, can you like, what happened? Why are you on the floor? And he comes out of his coma for 1 second and goes, she hit me. And then passed. And then he died. And he still was allowed a funeral in the Catholic Church.
Wow.
So I had to go to a Zoom funeral. And the thing is, like, the Catholic Church shouldn't be allowed to be in charge of Zoom at all because they put up the wrong video. Instead of putting up his funeral, they put up the morning mass. And the morning mass, they read the Old Testament. So my whole family turns on the funeral and it's just this woman reading the Old Testament. And the olive tree in Sodom burst into flames and charred the sinners and their bodies laid in the street for 5 weeks. We're all sitting there like, God. And we just had to watch that. That was his funeral, you know? But I feel like it was like, there's just no, I have such a big family and I've never experienced, I think, a proper funeral. Like when my grandpa passed away, and he was like super atheist, I didn't know what to expect from his funeral. And this was like before COVID times. So I traveled legally then. And I went down to my uncle's house expecting to go to a second location. And instead my uncle took us all to his backyard. And he was like, had us all walk up to a hole in the ground that was not like a person-sized hole, but too big for comfort. And we all stood around the hole and the white bucket on the ground. And he was like, we're gonna just say some words about my father. And he said some nice stories. And then he was like, okay, so my daughter just had a child and inside this bucket is her placenta. And then opened up a Ziploc bag of my grandfather's ashes and dumped it on top.
Oh my.
What?
And then they planted, and then my grandma and he's like, Grandmom, do you want to say any words? And she looks inside, this is my godless grandmother, looks inside the hole. And, in Catholic funerals, they'll take like some dirt and throw it on the coffin. I saw her grab some dirt and she goes, yuck. And she threw it in the, and then they planted it on top, which immediately burst into flames and opened a portal to hell. I know Catholic ancestral funerals look like. I don't know how to end this set. I hope that it inspired us all to die in a nice way. Everybody, go to church or don't. It doesn't matter. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Keep it going for your okay, wait. This is
Oh my God.
Keep it
Got a hole in
going
your beard
for
now.
Jake. I was gonna try to play a little trick on everybody and see how many times I could change the color of my my mic, the wind thing. But apparently this red, hold on, where's my, I gotta go to virtual, turn this off.
You want me
Okay.
to go get it?
Oh, in this light, it does look the
Duh.
same color, I guess. It doesn't, in person, it doesn't look that, look at that.
Same
Nice.
color as your nostrils.
This is are my nostrils going see-through? That's hilarious. I truly love that.
Yeah, I've been taking that white up.
Keep
your
it going
nose.
for Jake. Keep it going for Jake, everybody. Sorry, I got very distracted by my little here.
Oh my God.
Does it sound better when I have these on? Is there any point to these things? I
Yeah,
don't know.
it
They
sounds
look
good.
cool, I guess.
Wow.
I
Hey, you know what? You know what's great about those is when you haphazardly and stupidly put the mic up to your teeth and bang it right into your goddamn stupid front buck teeth. You don't keep chipping them.
True. Very, very true. I don't need any more chipped teeth. Once when I was very little, the assignment was to build a contraption that a marble could roll all the way down, and it had to be in motion for like more than, I don't know, a certain amount of time. And at some point, my marble got stuck in the middle of my thing because this one dip just dipped a little too low. And I got the bright idea to take the end of the hose and just suck as hard as I could. And realized at the last second what I was doing, and I didn't want to choke, so I just caught the marble right to the tip of my teeth, and I saw a little chip right there. Yeah, it sucked.
This whole story, nothing was good about it. Every part of the
dummy.
story was sad.
Oh man, what a fool I am. I was digging through other pictures and stuff. I found this one time I was literally digging through pictures with my mother. We were looking through old folders of. And I pulled this one out, and she looked over my shoulder. This is a picture of my father when he was young. She looked over my shoulder and goes, "Who's that?" Like, she was just like, "Wow, wow, wee, wow, hello, nurse." And I was like, "That's your fucking husband. What are you talking about?" Meanwhile, here's me at like a similar age. So that apple, that tree must have been on top of the hill because this apple kept rolling. I'm pretty far away.
I'm watching my friends in this comedy
my
show right
goodness.
now. I'm
Rohan, mute yourself.
Rohan. No, you're good. You know what?
You're good. You're good.
Because I'm over here wasting time. We still got a whole lineup to go.
You know
I
what?
think we've even gotten a couple extra people tossed on the lineup. Is this one incomplete?
I think we have. I think we got more guests than we started with.
Exciting.
So, that means that we have more people that we have to split your tips with. If you want to tip us, and you could go to our link tree, the website that is in the chat, and it will be again in just a minute. And you could go there and you can tip us on PayPal or Venmo, and that's it. Those are the options.
There isn't a third option.
Comedy rule of threes, but I could put a Cash App on there too, but just fucking do it. You just give us like $4.20 because that's really funny.
He spent a long time on that link tree, you guys. Please fucking click on it. Fucking click on it.
Please.
I love the link tree.
I need engagement.
Is there anybody out there? Click on us.
No, I mean for advertising purposes. I need engagement on the link.
I need interpersonal engagement. So if anybody's interested, I am looking for that. But I promise this time next month for our next show, we'll have the third option. We'll all have a group OnlyFans. It'll be tight. I'm sure I think half of us have them right now.
You can't
options. I don't know. Yes. I can.
Now people are gonna.
I'll real life the fuck out of y'all. Whatever. We're gonna keep things moving with your next comedian. Everybody get excited for your friend and mine, Soto Agarwal.
Where y'all at? What's up? What's up? Shake your pom poms. Shake your pom poms. Who's got fuzzy socks on? Who's got fuzzy socks on? That's right, because we're fucked. Is happening. We got nowhere else to be. Remember last month when I was like on a beach and it was sunny out in November? Remember the 7th of November. We were in t-shirts. Global warming is a gift. Give thanks for that day on the beach. I mean, let's not think about the polar bears. Whoever it is thinking about the polar bears right now, that's very woke of you. Speaking of which, oh my God, you guys, I knew I was going to feel superior to everyone, but we actually did a vegetarian Thanksgiving this year. And oh my fucking God, I didn't know how good it was going to feel until it was actually happening. And it's like, Oh, did you guys do a turkey this year? That's fucked up. Monster. You're disgusting. We did. We had a stuffed acorn squash. It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. With this like garbanzo beef thing. It was really fucking good. It was really, really good. And I mean, what else that's like the level that we're at where it's like that is actually like really exciting for me to like plan a vegetarian menu because I can be smug about it. You know, it's like, ooh, I got a fun activity in mind. We tried to coordinate like Zoom charades. No, that was a fail. It was fun coming up with the idea. It was like, oh my God, that's a great idea. We'll put all the cues into chaos. Everyone was mad at me. It's like, what the fuck? Whose idea was this? Why? So why did you come up with it? I'm like, sorry, it's a game idea. What is this year? 2020 is the year of arbitrary principles. And we're all on some fucking bullshit. Everybody's lying to each other. How many of y'all have like lied to your families today? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and like to ourselves. I see hands going up, which I really appreciate. I love this. But it's like, oh no, because I was with my girl last week who was like with somebody who had it, and then she got tested. So like, I'm good. I don't have it. I for sure don't have it. You know what I mean? I'm negative. She's negative. So like, I'm negative. I basically got tested. Is my sister here right now? Okay, I just have to check. No, she's not, because I fucking lied to that bitch. Nobody tell her. I fucking lied to her so bad. She's like, are you going to kill our parents? I saw your Instagram story. I saw that wedding you were at. I am very stressed. Can you get a COVID test? And I was like, oh my God, you know what? They actually made everybody RSVP with, she better not be watching on the YouTube stream, rather. Jesus fucking Christ. Somebody go check right now. Anyway, you know what? It's time for transparency. It's this time of the year. Ha 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 ha. Let's laugh about it. This is not about you. This is about a quality bit that cannot be lost. This is because I'm like, they made everybody RSVP, yes or no, with their COVID test if they were coming to the wedding. So I'm like, oh, and she's like, oh, thank you for addressing my concerns. Who talks like that? Who texts their own family like that? What is wrong? Anyway, I hope to God she's not watching on the YouTube channel right now. Actually, I just made that up. That entire thing that I just said is incorrect. No problem. I'm so happy to address your concerns. Actually, I just made that up. That entire thing that I just said is incorrect. What is happening?
What?
Is somebody recording what I'm sending and saying and like sending it to her? That is fucked up. Somebody's gonna blackmail me after the show.
That was me. I was opening the YouTube stream to see if anybody was in it.
Oh
Sorry.
my God. I'm fine. I will claim responsibility for my actions. I actually had like a breakthrough this year when she was yelling at me one time. I was like, I just have to affirm her reality, no matter how fucking wrong it is. And then we will be okay. And I was like telling my mom about it. And I'm like, I just have to choose to love her really intensely. And I got to push all the resentment deep, deep down to a very deep place and love her. And my mom's like, oh my God, that is really dark. I'm like, yeah, but you know, we're trying. What else? It's a great year for farts. You guys all farting like loud and proud. We're like, oh, it's a fart. This is cool. I did not cough. That would be fucking gross. I promise you, I will not cough or sneeze, but I will cough. I will fart very proudly. What's happening? Like, what are the long-term effects of all of this time without physical touch? I mean, definitely too many podcasts. That's definitely one of the things that we're experiencing. I'd say there's studies to show that. And it's like the whole like human touch disconnecting that is happening right now. Oh my God. My sister just texted me, hope you're having a good show.
She's fucking with you.
It's code.
Give me a picture. Oh my God. I'm like literally trembling right now. Anyway. She's the younger one. They're so scary. Are there any younger siblings out there? Fuck all of you. We had a life outside of you. Get over yourselves. Okay?
No, you get over yourself.
I am over myself. I'm over it. I'll do whatever you want. Let's just be nice to each other, please, for fuck's sake. We're in a pandemic. I'm over myself. No, the human touch thing. I do want to say this because remember back in 2019, like I used to love a good little booty bump in the grocery store, you know, little butt to butt in the grocery store. You'd say something like, "Oh, cute butt," you know, like "Excuse me," something like that, you know. Like, or like I had this Italian friend, he'd go, "We are dancing" with anyone that he bumped into. Now it's like, sanitize. Sanitize. I'm gonna dip myself in fucking sanitizer. It's like, get the fuck away. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm actually massaging. I'm doing Thai massage like in a place in this office that is not my home, which is so dope because I don't need to take anybody in my home anymore. You know what I'm saying? And like I get to say like really kind of like non-threatening, creepy things to my clients. You know, like we finish and I'm like, "You did great." and then I'll be like, "It's so important to have human contact right now, isn't it?"
Oh God, Jesus.
Make sure you leave a review on Yelp. That is totally my goal. My goal is to see like a review on Yelp where it's like, "She was really good and like kind of creepy, but like in a non-threatening way." So 4.5 stars. Definitely good. Okay, I love you guys. I'm so happy to see everybody. This really is so amazing. Thank you, Radha, for being our tech person. And that's my set. I think that's my set, right?
Hell yeah.
I'm giving myself.
Keep it going for Soto, everybody. Let her hear it. Fucking killing it. Oh my goodness. So Sonal's a super spreader. She's no longer.
What the fuck?
Oh my goodness.
I'm so glad that I didn't see you before the show last month.
Yeah,
I
nobody
don't
hugs
actually go
Sonal.
near other people. I mean, my massage clients, yes, but we have to dip them in hand sanitizer, their whole bodies, for them to come into the office and out.
Nice.
Sure.
Gosh, one time I got a massage. I think I've had a massage one time in my entire life, and it was awesome. I went to like this weird little dingy, like it was $1 a minute, and it was. I got a 30-minute massage. No. Look, it might have been one of the. Apparently, there's a lot of those places in New York. No. We don't even have to slow down to address it. There isn't a wait. We've all heard of the massage parlor jack off at the end. There are a lot of places in New York that apparently do cater to that. I don't know if this was one of them, but I didn't go for it. Frankly, because I've heard it's an incredibly expensive process. But
when they're charging by the minute, that's how you know.
No, I mean, it was like the way they said it was $30, 30 minutes, $60, 60 minutes. Like, it's not like you'd be like, "Hey, set a timer, and when I finish, that's how much you charge me."
Are you sure?
Yeah, motherfucker, you don't do $1 a minute for a hand job. $1 a minute for a hand job? You'd be risking making $6 for a hand job. That's a deal. I'm going back there tomorrow. Fuck COVID.
$3.
I know. Honestly, I haven't been touched in 8 months. I'm just gonna bring a handful of change. Are you fucking kidding me?
Very specific.
I love you, Billy. I love you so much.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
That was perfect.
What time is it?
23 cents.
You know what? I'm just gonna keep it moving. I don't have to finish my massage story because it wasn't nearly as good as what just happened there. This next comedian is another one of our first ever outside of Congrats bookings. We're very excited to have them on. Unfortunately I don't have the last name in the thread.
Naidu.
Yeah. Okay. Tight. All right. So everybody get excited for this next comedian. You're going to love her. Carmen Naidu.
Yeah.
Woo.
Wow. A lot has been said. Like, Charlie and Sonal were talking about massages, and it just reminded me I used to go to this like spa, this Thai spa, like once a month. And they had this new lady that just came all the way from Thailand. And they were like, oh, well, we have this new lady. Do you mind if she gives you the Thai massage? And I was like, sure, no problem. Like, let her do it. And
sure.
Yeah, I guess I was sexually assaulted. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, not by intent. Like I understood because you hear the stories of people going to Thailand and they're like, oh, you want a happy ending? Oh, you go to Thailand, you get those special massage. So I figured like maybe she didn't know, like she didn't know the boundaries. Like she asked me to turn over, and I was like, oh, this is different. You want me to boobies out, like titties out? And she just like quickly, it was such a quick snap, towel down my front. I was like, okay, I'm maybe that was a mistake. Next thing you know, she was like trying to get up at my boobies and my crotch area. I was like, whoa, this is
That's Northern Thai style, Carmen. I do Southern, okay?
Oh, really? I didn't know. I was just like, whoa, this. I mean, if I was, in other circumstances, I'm normally like, yeah, grab a Copperfield, I'm always like, yeah, case the joint, you want to case the joint. But I mean, that time I was in a relationship, I was like, I don't know. And it was weird. Cause I was just like, oh, these tiny, soft hands. I don't know how to feel. So you guys, and then Sonal started speaking about Thanksgiving and lying, being comfortable with lying. I hate lying, but I lie in most cases to avoid hurting someone's feelings. When you give like a white lie, you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. But like
love.
Huh? You do that?
It's called love.
It's called love, right? So Thanksgiving, I don't celebrate. I'm from South Africa, just because of my accent, if you're wondering. I'm from South Africa. It's not Australia. I know a lot. I'm like, they kill their Black people. Hello. You think I survived? So yeah, I'm from South Africa, but we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. And I think it's weird. Like, I get why you celebrate it, but it's also really weird that Americans like, oh, like, woohoo, millions of people died. Let's enjoy the food. Let's guys, family and food. And I get it. It makes sense because like if you think about it, like the best food you eat is at a funeral, after the funeral when people are, I mean, that's the best food. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I've gone to funerals just for the food. I'm like, yeah, your dad died, but how's that apple pie though, right? It's good, right? Like, give me more of that. So, I mean, I get it, but it's also kind of fucked up. So someone was talking about Thanksgiving, and this Thanksgiving, we spent it with my partner's friends, and I don't have a problem with them. I mean, they're cool people. But they always want to do, and it's weird because like we old, like we're not in our 20s. So they always do this thing like, oh, sleepover. Let's have a sleepover, guys. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I pay my taxes. I got Uber money, my guy. Like, I am not going to be sleeping on a blow up mattress. Like, that's not my thing. But I know like they're always so eagerly excited about us sleeping over. So this time I told my partner, I was like, okay, if it comes up, we're gonna say that you working, like you got work the next day. Like that's a lie. And you know what? I love this man, but he ain't an accomplice material. You know what I'm saying? He's like Dory, he's like Dory. So like the whole week I'm like, she asked me and I told her you working. They asked me and I told him you working. Like I kept like reminding him 30 minutes before we get into their driveway. And I was like, remember, you working tomorrow. If it comes up again, you working. Yo, this guy threw me under the bus, guys. These people turned around. They're like, "Radio, you guys gonna sleep over?" And the wife was like, "Oh, I think he's working tomorrow." This guy, boldface. I'm not working. Who told you I was working? I was like, are you serious? Are you? And I'm like, I couldn't even help myself. I just turned to you. I was like, are you serious right now? You told me you're working. It's like, I'm going to IKEA. Oh, well, just tell them our whole weekend itinerary, okay? Why don't you? Just tell them everything. And he didn't get why I was so upset. He's like, I don't get why you're so upset. Like, just tell them the truth. And I'm like, because we agreed on this. We agreed on a mutual lie. And he's like, I'm not working. I'm going to IKEA. And he's like, I don't understand why you're upset. And I was like, if someone, like if I had to accidentally murder someone and the cops come to our door and they ask you to come and murder this person, you're gonna be the type of person that's like, yeah, she's there, she's in the room, she's wearing a mustard shirt, she killed him, I saw him. Like, guys, this guy's gonna put me in jail somehow. Like he's gonna bust me. Like, you go to Walmart, self-checkout, you accidentally don't scan an item. Next thing you know, you're in court for shoplifting a pie crust. You shoplifting a pie crust because this man couldn't like pretend. You know what I mean? He couldn't pretend. It's like a white lie. Okay, so you guys just like brought out that trauma inside me. I was like, oh. So that was my Thanksgiving. I got outed on a freaking lie because I didn't want to sleep on the air mattress. I mean, like, who still sleeps on a freaking air mattress though? You know what I mean? Like, and they compensating it like, oh, but it's the deluxe. It's the deluxe though. It's the double. It's the deluxe. I'm like, yo, I don't care if it's the deluxe. I mean, it's still an air mattress. Like, you wake up and that thing is deflated in the morning. Okay. So yeah, I told you guys I'm from South Africa. My name is Carmen. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, I didn't know there was Dominicans in South Africa. Surprise. No, I'm joking. My parents went through all this effort to name me Carmen. And then because in South Africa, most white people have the name Carmen, right? So it's not like a common name. So they're like, we're going to give our kid a white name so people don't like butcher it. And I come to America and people are like, hey, you someone's abuela. Okay. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess defeated the purpose, parents. It just defeated the damn purpose. This pandemic has been interesting. I'm so glad I'm not American right now. Like your president is hilarious. Like you guys got a president. It's like that guy you start dating and then you ghost him and he still doesn't get the hint when you have to break up with him like 10 times on the same day. Like every single conversation, you're like, it's over. And he's like, okay, I know you're in a bad mood right now. So let's just talk about this. You want to go and grab a coffee? It's like, oh my God. That's like Trump's reminding me. And I'm like so glad I have a country to go to. I feel sorry. Thoughts and prayers out to you guys. But everyone's like during this time, you get like these exes hitting you up because they're all in their feelings. Like people have been deep in their feelings, right? This pandemic has been getting people in their feelings. I had a guy text me and he was like, I miss you. And I was like, my condolences. Because I don't know what to say in that situation. But it reminded me like when I first moved here, I got like very needy and I wanted to be with somebody like just because I didn't know anyone in the States. And I dated this guy. Basically, I was Trump. I just didn't take no for an answer. And then one day, while walking down the block, homeboy turned around to me and he was like, if I give you $750, would you leave me alone? And I was like, damn,
Whoa.
I didn't know you get a severance package when you guys break up here in the States. Like, if I knew that, I would have moved here a long time ago. Like, give me that check. So he gave me that severance package, which was great. But my pandemic has been great. I don't want to brag before I go. Like, I'm getting married. Yeah.
Woo.
Yes. I tricked him. I tricked him. Yeah, I'm getting married. And before I go, I'll just tell you one quick story. I took him to South Africa to meet my family, and we went on an Emirates flight. So if you guys have ever done a long haul flight or been to South Africa, it's a 35 to 40 hour flight. So it's a really long flight. Oof. And I was trying to prepare him for that. And we go on this flight and we're sitting in the rows, and the airline hostess is coming down the line, looks straight in his eyes, and he's Black Americans. And she looks at him, she's like, "Sir, are you kosher?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm kosher." And he had a kosher meal like handed to him. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Like, why would you mark kosher?" Like, "I heard if you mark kosher, the meal is fresher." And I'm like, "No, honey, that's in prison. It's a different situation." This is an Arab airline. You don't mark kosher on an Arab airline. Like, these people don't get along. The Jews and the Arabs don't get along. Why would you mark kosher on the Arab airline? So he ended up having a horrible meal from the Holocaust. Yeah. That's my sad comment. Thank you.
Woo! Keep it going for Carmen, everybody.
Wow.
Better hear it. That's a hell of a number to go out on. I love it. Billy, you want to help me out here with
wow,
with the what was it, the 420? I don't know the math behind it, honestly.
Okay.
It confuses the hell out of me.
There's
but
no
I'm
math.
gonna hand it over to Billy.
There's literally no math at all. It couldn't possibly be easier. You've been watching this show for a while now. We've been going for over an hour. It's about to be 8:42 soon here in Chicago, 9:42 or whatever you time zones. But 42 minutes past the hour, I like to tell people, hey, if you've been enjoying the show, just donate $4.20 at 42 past the hour. That's really funny, and it will look hilarious in my PayPal and in my Venmo, and then we can pay our wonderful comedians with that, right? Because that's what we're doing here. We're hoping that we get paid because this is how we're making our money now. And I don't want to do OnlyFans. I mean, I like OnlyFans. If you've been watching the show for the last 9 months, you know I really am enjoying OnlyFans. But I don't want to like do it. I want to just like, okay, you get it. So give us money. Just give us money. $4.20. If you're really cool,
and what's that, Billy?
If you're really cool, you can give us $42 or $42.69. That's a funny number too. Or $420.69. That's the funniest number I can possibly think of to donate to a cause.
You might get booked next month. That's so funny.
Yeah.
For $4.20.
Think about how long your massage could be for $420.69. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's a lot of hand jobs.
Just give us money. Got more comedy show for you.
Woo, woo, woo. So yeah, feel free to donate. We appreciate it. All the money gets split amongst the performers, so on and so forth. You know how donations go. Let's see. What were we before the 420? No, I don't know. I don't know what we were talking about. So we're just gonna keep things moving right along. I lost my joint again. I was looking for it. I'm hearing it. I could smell it. And I think it's coming back like from this hole. I don't know if any fans of the show recall. Hold on.
Last time you fell down this hole.
Let me find my way. Okay. Are we there?
Oh my God.
Can we hear me?
Wow.
Yeah, you're back in the cave.
Can we hear me from down here? I don't know if I get the best reception.
That is not virtual, you guys. That is a for real cave.
No, this is reality. This is
The
for real
crystal
reality.
cave.
Yeah. Somebody took a picture.
It
I've
was
got,
me. I was me.
got some
love
Fraggle
it.
Rocks
That's
living in
appropriate.
my. How dare they live under my apartment rent free? This is Brooklyn. You can't be squatting in here. Oh my goodness.
Those
Oh.
Fraggle Rocks.
Yeah. Well, they do eat the rats, so I guess even's even. They do, but they make pets out of the roaches. That one I'm not a fan of, but
You can see
thanks for that. Thanks for that very very it felt like I was pulling teeth to get Rebecca to go.
Loved it. Are you kidding?
Oh, I love it so much. I love you, Rebecca. So yeah, once again, there's not really a bit tied to this. I just made this cool little thing and I like to show it off every once in a while. But we're gonna keep things moving right along. Let's see, what Zenmo or Venmo should we got all the links? Okay, we don't even need me. Look I'm late.
Oh, it's all there.
I
Just
don't even know why I look at the chat. How am I can never keep up with this fucking thing.
Click the link in that chat, or if it's on if you're watching on YouTube, it's scrolling across the bottom like that. Just go to that thing. Everything you want for the show is there. Our Instagram is there. Our Facebook is there. If you're somehow 75 years old and still watching, that's where our Facebook is. All of it. Venmo, PayPal. Last month's show is there.
Check it out. Linktree. All right, so we're going to. I'll try to find something funny to say about this cave, but we're going to keep things moving right along with your next performer. One of my oldest friends. They're just fantastic. You're gonna love them. I think this is the third or fourth straight month of live from her bed, and we are thrilled to have her back. Or I say that as if she's not part of we. All right, everybody, get excited for your friend and mine, Rebecca O'Neill.
Woo! Welcome to my bed, you wet fish.
Oh.
That's what's going on with that. I just put on cat ears because because 2020 is why. If you're a friend of the show, you will recognize this bear from the past few. We're gonna call them episodes because, again, my mental health playing peekaboo. This bear's named Ruben. I got him from my OnlyFans wish list. OnlyFans is the running theme in this show. He arrived compressed in a small package from Jeff Bezos with instructions to disembowel him and manually stuff the stuffing and put him back in. So it's been a long 9-week process, but my boy is now whole. I'm going to show you his whole body. He looked like a Halloween costume the first show, like he was very limp and flaccid. I'm using sexual words. But look at him now. He's big. He's named after Ruben Studdard of American Idol second place fame. Can you believe? Like, that doesn't even sound right. So yeah, that's what's going on with Ruben. What else is going on in my life? We're talking about massages. I got a massage. Yeah, bear news. We got to do the bear news. I got a massage recently. I'm reading the comments, everybody. I wasn't sure he'd ever not be weird. Now take it from me, Rada. He's still weird. I'm on top of him right now. He didn't consent to that, but it's 2020. We'll see. Cancel me later. So I don't remember what I was gonna say next, but I got a plan. Remember when
massages? You're talking about massages.
Oh, right, massages. I don't really have anything to say about it except Ruben won. Yeah, Ruben knows what he's got going on here. He's not going anywhere. I like massages because like my body's been really tense lately, and I just kind of like massages remind me that humans are just like sacks of meat, and we need to be tenderized once in a while. Like, you know what I mean? Like, beat me, get it all soft. Anyway, so this is. No, he won American Idol, not second place. You guys are speaking my tune because I've told this story here before, but when American Idol that season was happening, I think it was the second season of American Idol, I started a Ruben Studdard Yahoo group and phone tree to get him to win American Idol. It was a bunch of like 40-year-olds and like grown adults. I was, I think, 14 or 15 at the time. Once Ruben came in second place, we all posted pictures and they were like, you are an actual child. I like led the group and they were like, okay. Yeah. So there was a bunch of like grown ass people communicating with a child online. And it wasn't even like sex trafficking. So that's just a nice story. Yeah, I got some plants. So remember earlier in quarantine where white people were offering to give Black people plants for free as some sort of, I don't know. It's like the safety pins, but this time with field work. So I cashed in on that. I got a plant from a white internet person. This is a spider plant. I'm creative, so I named the spider plant Morales after Miles Morales of Into the Spider-Verse thing. I have a snake plant that I similarly named Venom. So, you know, we've got things going on. And my room is covered in fake vines. If you can see, I'm not going to do a tour because the ring light only works directionally one way. So there's fake vines all over my room. And now I feel like I've elevated to like real plants. And I've got all these stuffed animals. So now I'm just waiting for a white person to drop like a bear off in my room so we can do some real Jumanji shit in here. And, that's what I'm looking forward to. I have this Google Doc. I'm just going to read off some stuff. So I was doing yoga in my room. I've been trying to do yoga. Like I'm high all the time. I'm probably going to hit this during my set. I'm like, yoga, being high, it's a vibe. I was listening to comedy in the background and I almost like I almost laughed up all my organs because I was like in a downward position. And you know, if you contract your organs while you're like bent upside down and you were born in the 1980s, you could die. You could die. So I almost died from self-care. You never hear about that on the news. I've been watching a lot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer for self-care. It's a good show. She dresses like a Bratz doll who can be upset about that. I have been crying while watching Buffy. Odanaka's not here, so I don't know what planet to blame that on. But I'm going to say it's the end of the Scorpio season. Scorpio season kicked my entire ass. But I do relate to Buffy. I really relate to Buffy the Vampire Slayer because she also dated a lot of demons and villains. And I'm like, bitch, do you think you're me? Like, that's my thing. Buffy, you can't date demons. That's what I do. That's my brain. So I love that show. I had some more Buffy jokes, but you guys have seen the show. Do you guys get pedicures? Why am I talking to you like you can like respond back eagerly? Okay. I just started getting pedicures recently, like as a sort of self-care thing too. Like I'm big into self-care right now. More Buffy jokes, please. We'll circle back. Yeah, and I realized something about my body, like my physiology. I get pedicures regularly now. My foot heel skin gets cranky again in record time. Like it's damn near X-Men shit. Like I can get a pedicure yesterday, by the next day my foot heel skin will be nappy again. And I'm like, study my crazy little feet, because there have to be medical applications. You know what I mean? Like, what is the issue here? I'm so confused about it. Okay, well, I have Hobbit feet, and I've thought about putting them on OnlyFans. This is how you know sex work is work. I was supposed to take pictures of my toes like 4 business days ago. Now my pedicure is messed up, and I'm like, wow, do I owe people toes now? Like, what happens next? I don't know. But Rule 34, maybe people like little, you know, feet that look like they've been driving Flintstone cars. Okay. Do you guys know that show Queen's Gambit? I kind of heard about it on Twitter. Woo! Yeah, so
3 episodes in.
And it was about chess and white people, so I'm like, cool. My roommate was watching it, so I only caught glimpses of it. Like, I was catching pieces of it, and I just realized that it's a period piece. It's set in the past. I didn't realize. I thought they were just dressed like fucking nerds because they were playing. It's in the 50s. So I'm gonna give it a chance. I was judging them for being Poindexters, but now I know that it was just history. This is something that happened recently. I met a man in the streets. You know, the streets are rare these days. Most things are inside. So I met a man out in the streets, and I found out that he is a cop. A cop. And it's just like, wow, I was protesting you all summer. It's crazy. Here we are. I spent all summer marching my black ass around, being like, fuck this guy. And here you are in my cellular telephone. Who'd have thunk it? Not me. So that's fucked up. I obviously am not in communication with this maniac anymore. But no, of course I'm not going to do it. Did I have 1 to 2 sexual fantasies about handcuffs? Who knows? Who can say? Why would I even bring it up? Why would I introduce that? He's blocked is the point. He's blocked. But I want to say I'm a horrible judge of character. My friends know. I'm a deeply poisoned judge of character. It's a cursed trait that I have. And so I was going to say that there's nothing coppish about him, but guys, I'm not the one to give that information because I wouldn't. One of my friends is laughing too hard. I'm gonna have to beat him up. So today I broke up with someone today. I don't have much to say about that. It's kind of the same topic of me having that. Someone's clapping. You know too much. It's crazy. Like, and also got some really bad news from my landlord. Do they ever have good news? Did you ever like, wow, I talked to my landlord and we're going out to lunch? It never happened. It never happened. So my landlord called. It was obviously like a disaster. It was a complete disaster. So I'm like, wow. Okay. Yeah. So that sucked. It was just a horrible day. And now I'm like, am I gonna have to move back to Chicago? Like, it's the holiday season. If I have to move back to my hometown, I've seen Lifetime movies. I'm either gonna get murdered or I'm gonna fall in love. I know this shit happens. I moved from the Big Apple because my life fell apart. Something's gonna go down. It's a plot point coming up. And I'm just like, I hope it's not homicide. Because look, if it is, y'all already know who did it. If it's love, again, guys, bad judge of character, we're probably going to get back to the homicide. It's going to be a cross-genre project, is the point. I just hope the love comes before the homicide because, you know, I would hate to be haunting fuckboys in my afterlife too. Like, haven't I had enough? Like, haven't I done enough work? I honestly want my life to be boring. That's my wish. I would like one boring life, please. I think it comes with money because rich people can afford to be dull. You know what I mean? You can curate your life. I don't know any boring poor people. I guess what I'm saying, because you have to be too crafty and resourceful to stay alive. So you have stories, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know any poor people who are like, yeah, I just like chill all day. I don't really know. They know everyone and they've done everything because they have to. So what I would like is to access a tax bracket where I can fucking relax. And that's my wish for that. And I had one thing about cults, and this just says cult leaders are always ugly. How? That's the end of my set.
Cult leaders are always fucking ugly. That is true. I added the fuck for emphasis because I'm a child. Rebecca O'Neill, everybody. Let her hear it. Let her see it. Wave your hands around. That is true. I would. I guess I don't know enough cult leaders. Like, I don't have enough pull, but everyone that I'm aware of is pretty ugly. The one I'm most aware of I don't know what many of them look like, but I know what L. Ron Hubbard looks like.
Do you?
And yeah, he looks like
bad,
like Philip Seymour Hoffman, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
That movie was fucking wild. Should we just talk about that movie for the rest of you know what pissed me off about Going Clear was that Scientology documentary. Did anybody see that? It's like it really shows the ins and outs of the horrors of Scientology, and yet we all still love that girl from the Red Hood show where the women are oppressed. She's
right.
Yeah, she as if she's not like a huge character in the future that leads us there. Anyways, that's my own that's my own thing. But here's what pissed me off most. Here's what pissed me off most about the Going Clear documentary is they are swindling so many people, rich, poor, everybody out of money, and they have these incredible Scientology temples. Like they're these giant monolith, like crazy fucking buildings. And then the Scientology headquarters in Chicago looks like dog shit. With the disrespect, do we not have good enough people to brainwash in Chicago? What you think that we're fine with what looks like an abandoned storefront, and that's how you're gonna trick us? Like, show us a little fucking like. I'm just saying, it's like a little condescending, is this next performer, another I'm just gonna hand it off before I start ranting about Scientology longer. This next performer, another old friend of mine, again, one of the producers of this show since day one. Very excited to see what he's got in store. I don't know, I was just happy to see his face. Everybody get excited for Justin Covington.
Woo! Yeah.
Hi everyone. I am dressed like this because I ran from the gym to get here in time. I have protein shake I'm finishing because all I've got now is work and gym. Those are the only two places I can go in the grocery store. And so that's what I do. American Idol. I was also I was a huge American Idol fan. That is that's the thing where it's just like you can like name a random season. I'm just like, oh, so and so sang this on Top 7 night. Like I know that. Like very classic like culture. And I remember being in on the official American Idol forums, and there was a chat thread to post for like, post here if you're a guy that watches the straight guy that watches the American Idol. And I was like, I'm not. C flag behind me. So that was fun, being in the closet as a child. What was I actually going to come here to talk about? I'm like lightly stressed out generally because I am working remotely. I'm lucky to have a non-essential job, in that if it disappeared, society would not notice and may possibly improve. Which nice to just be able to like work from home and everything. But the thing for me is that what used to take up space in my life is like I was always on the go. I was like going to work, going to the gym, going to the club, going to sleep, going back to the club, going back to sleep, all this craziness. And now I don't have any of that. And my coworkers who all have like partners or family are like, oh, now we get to spend more time with each other. And like, they're all like fine and happy with that. So it just kind of like bleeds into more messages outside of regular work hours. And so like yesterday I was like at the gym and it's like 8:30 at night. And they're like, do you have an opinion on this? And I'm like, why are you messaging me right now? What are you doing? None of us should be doing this. Close your laptop, put it under your couch. That's what I do on the weekend. I don't look at it. I want to separate it. But I should be happy because I do have a job. The past month has been pretty big for me on the internet. I had my first viral tweet on the internet. I was very proud of it. My mom texted me. She said, do you get paid for this? And I said, no. And that's got to be frustrating for her because I've been doing comedy in some form for 13 years now. And she keeps asking it. And only twice have I said made enough money to be able to say something proud about it. One was easy, and then one was a weekend at a club back in Michigan that has since closed. So that is about it from her. She doesn't understand why I'm still doing this. Second big thing that happened for me this morning, I woke up to a message from a friend that I have finally made it in the gay world, and making it in the gay world is getting a catfish Instagram account of you that is selling a fake OnlyFans subscription. So I had to, they sent me the profile. The fake profile blocked me, so I can't actually see it. So if you go to my Instagram story at jcov1, there's a profile there. There's a screenshot. Just go and report it because I don't have an OnlyFans yet. Flattered to be nominated. Flattered to be nominated, but I do not have one yet. It was a really big surprise. And I just since, once I put it in my story, it was truly every gay friend that watched my story was just like, hey, you made it. And I'm just like, this is frustrating. Cause like right now it's like, of course my Instagram has become more thirsty because I can't be shirtless at the club anymore. So I got to be shirtless at the digital club, you know? There's a void, and I filled it with comedy and dancing, and none of those things exist anymore. And if they do, they're online. Yeah, Charlie put my tweet in as his picture now. Billy is saying not to talk about the Fight Club.
Sorry.
Oh my God. Anyway, so that was like a weird thing, but now I'm like, should I actually start one? But I don't think I could, because as Rebecca says, it is a lot of work. When I subscribe to an OnlyFans, if I don't see like a regular upload cadence, I unsubscribe after a month. Let me put in a calendar reminder. I'll check back in 6 months when stuff is refreshed, and then get my month's worth, and then recycle and repeat. So that's how I try.
Wow.
I need the content. Out there. I'm sorry. Competitive market. I subscribed to an OnlyFans, and I feel like I don't know if this is common in the straight community or other communities, but I'm never more than just like 1 degree of separation from a multitude of adult film stars or other sex workers online. That's a good portion of friends and people that I've met while living in New York City. And so I've always known it's inevitable that I will run into someone I know on an OnlyFans, like in like a crossover episode, like a Marvel vs. Capcom, Days of Future Past, something like that. And so I was on this OnlyFans, and I subscribed to this guy, and I was like, this guy looks kind of hot, but I didn't remember where I recognized him from. And then I subscribed to his OnlyFans. I'm like checking out a couple of his videos, and then I checked this other one. Most of them were like solo vids. I checked one video. It was like him and this other guy, and I'm like, oh, he looks really hot too. And then I was like, that tattoo looks kind of familiar. And then it turned out to be a guy from the Scruff Grid back in Detroit, and my best friend from back in Detroit, collabing in a video. And so I was already there. And so after I took care of business, I closed said video. No, I did not actually. I could not. Although that friend has become, I told him that he's become so beautifully jacked that if we weren't friends, I would subscribe to his OnlyFans, and he appreciated that compliment. So support your friends. Tell your friends you would jack off if not for friendship. That's how you make sure it is real. That's how you know.
Or don't tell them that.
Yeah.
Don't tell you that? Okay. I keep it to myself.
No. I'm saying you could just do it.
Oh, just do it. Okay.
I can tell you from experience. Sometimes they like when you just tell them.
I never know how to approach that. But I mean, the thing is, like, people have told me on the apps, they'll be like, I just jacked off to your pics, and I'll be like, glad to be of service. I don't know. I didn't get anything out of that. We already talked. I already got the woof. I practiced gratitude. I said thank you. But anyway, I don't really like, I don't know. I've been rambling for a while, and I don't want to go on too long. The Canadian joke doesn't account anymore because I'm not going to move yet. But I did get a couple in Montreal offered to take me in pending the election. That was cute. The last thing that I remember to talk about, because I've been on the apps, that's where I've been like flirting and talking a lot, are the global measurements, because America likes to be an outlier in things that are not admirable, like prisons and COVID management and our measurement system. And so sometimes I'll get a message on Scruff from someone in like Brazil, and they'll be like, their profile picture will be like, their profile name will be something like 22 centimeters. And I'm like, that means nothing to me. I have no idea how much 22 centimeters is. And I'm not about to look that up. Like, to me, no dick sounds big in centimeters. Like, what? make me go to Google. I messaged some of my friends. I messaged a couple of friends in the UK, and I was just like, okay, when you're talking about dick size, do you use centimeters and inches? And they were like, no, we don't at all. We know nobody would use centimeters for inches. So this is something this is a particular disease that is like specified to just English speaking countries that use the imperial system at some point within the past 60 years. So it's something that we should get used to. But yeah, if you wanted to know what the centimeters version of my dick is 7 inches, that lie that many men tell, because 7 inches can be many a different size. It roughly comes out to 17.63. So keep that in your pocket, 17.6 centimeters. If some guy tells you that, then he may or may not be lying. And I'll finish on that. Thank you all. I'm Justin.
Justin Covington. Woo! Oh my goodness. That was, I didn't mean to interrupt a set with this, but yeah, here's boop. This is, yes, I'm 31. Yes, I'm in my 20s. Yes, we exist. This is Justin's viral tweet. It's a fucking good one. So what I mean,
Wait,
if you're not in your early 30s acting like a,
you can't see how many
20-year-old,
likes.
You can't? 170K or 107K.
It's blocked.
Bitch,
my
wow.
bad. I'm just learning the software. My
Jesus
bad.
fucking Christ, Charlie.
Oh my goodness. And look, I'm saying only to sign up for OnlyFans. That shit is, you got to fill out a W-9. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
there's so much work in that.
Oh
and
my God.
OnlyFans, it said the link is like only for fans / something. And then they did a like spammy ass, I'm going to show you it.
Yeah, if everybody, we could put it in the thread. If everybody could go report this Instagram that's catfish or using J-Cove to catfish everybody, that would be great.
Who's going to make money off of me? It's me. And so.
Yeah. It's like, at least give me some royalties or something. I'm fine with you putting in the legwork, doing the computer homework. I don't get it.
Yeah,
just
you want to handle
let me be hot. Let me be hot.
Let's collaborate on this shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's our show. As always, we're not like in a huge rush out of here, but that's a wrap on the official show. Thank you all so much for attending. Feel free to unmute yourselves and join the conversation if you want in just a moment. Again, we've got our, the links to the tipping and everything should be there. If you wanted to play Fortnite or Rocket League with me, here's my epic. Can you even read that?
The other way with it.
Why is it backwards?
No. I'm just saying move it the other way. There you go.
You could play Rocket League with me and Billy. They'll yell at you like a football, like a middle school football coach.
I happen to be a competitive bitch. Okay.
Get there. Where were you? And I'm like, I'm going for I don't know. It's Rocket League. That game is chaos. There's only so much planning I can do.
I know where you were. You were smoking a joint.
I'm always the problem is when I'm losing at Rocket League, I get every loss. Sorry, what, Billy?
I said you were coughing from smoking a joint when you should have been the goalie.
This is true. I can't even, there are so many times where the match has started and I'm still trying to light my fucking joint and then it drops in my beard and then that starts on fire and then it's like, ugh.
You're right though. You shouldn't play games with me that are competitive because I will yell at children. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean, so now I've got these headphones that there's a volume tab right there. So I'm good. I can just.
Fuck those kids.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Is that okay? So that's the link to Justin's Instagram, and then I think he's posted on his Instagram.
Do we have like end of the show music?
This is a
Billy, you want to handle that?
Sure. This is a sneaky way for Justin to get a lot more followers on his.
Oh shit! Yeah. Wait, I'm getting catfished or something too. Let me put
my hand. Catfished right now by Justin.
I'm
my goodness.
Catfish.
Well, It's been a lovely time, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
You're all too kind. Oh,
We love you, and we can't promise that we would love you more if you gave us money, but you know, we live in a capitalist hellscape, so
I can make that promise.
there you go.
I
We
moved
will.
to New York to
$1
find
per minute.
a
$1 per minute, Charlie says.
a sugar mommy or whatever. I
Listen.
failed.
We're gonna play some music for just a minute, and then
Playing on my heart just like a Casio. Breaking it apart so you can let it go. Wait another year, that's not original. I'm cynical, alright, let's go now. When all your dreams are gone, and you're still holding on, you waited far too long. I know, you know, so play it cool. I just want the keys back to my vehicle. They're just gonna tell you that I wasn't real. And I just wanna tell you this is how I feel. I know you feel it. When all your dreams are gone, and you're still holding on, you waited far too long. So I know, you know, so Casio, playing on my heart just like a Casio. Breaking it apart so you can let it go. We're dirty, yeah, that's not original. Cynical, alright, let's go now. When all your dreams are gone, and you're still holding on, you waited far too long. So I know, you know, so when all your dreams are gone, and you're still holding on, you waited far too long. So I know, you know, it's over. Don't think that my love is gone. It's all up in your head now. Don't think that my love is gone. It's all up in your head now. Don't think that my love is gone. It's all up in your head now. Don't think that my love is gone. It's all up in your head now. When all your dreams are gone, and you're still holding on, you waited far too long. So I know
That's what it is.
it's over. When all your dreams are gone, and you're still holding on, you waited far too long. So I know, you know, it's over. Don't think that my love's gone. It's all up in your head now. Don't think that my love's gone. It's all up in your head now. Don't think that my love's gone. It's all up in your head now. Don't think that my love's gone. It's all up in your head now.
Good one, Lordy. We've been blackfished.
That's a heartbreaking thing for you to put in the chat.
You know, we're all here to guide each other through the devastation of truth.
So sorry, but
This is why we lie. Let's go back to lying.
I'm not the lying type, you know. Thanks so much, everybody. If you're still here, I'm gonna do the old Ferris Bueller ending. Show's over. Bye.
Bye.
Coming. come back next month. Go to the same link to find all of our shit.
Version of Catfish.